Fraser. Hi all, I'm about a month into Qenda. I noticed since I started it made my eczema much worse. Flared it up and in some areas it spread. I've been putting it down to detox, but can anyone reassure me this is normal? Hey Grace, yes, like I just mentioned on my answer to the other question, when we're our skin is an elimination pathway. So if we're detoxifying, we can cleanse and detoxify out of our skin. But if your symptoms are getting worse when you're on the Qenda, that obviously shows that your skin is one of your main elimination pathways. Obviously, you want to make sure you're adequately hydrated so we can wee out some of these toxins, and make sure you're adequately hydrated so you don't get constipated, basically. So we need to get that flow back in the body. We want to get your other elimination pathways flowing. We want to get you, we want you to wee it out. We want you to poo it out. But if you are having some issues with the skin, you also need to look at other environmental factors. And obviously mold in your house, make sure you don't have damp and mold in your house, and make sure you're not having foods that you're intolerant to. And there'll be some foods that you know that you eat that make your skin worse. Like if you're having high sugar, that's obviously gonna, well, from what I've seen for everyone I've helped with skin issues, when they have sugars, and also like fermented foods and stuff like that, sugars, fermented foods, um, high toxin foods, so like processed foods, they get more of a flare up. So if you're flaring up, obviously make sure you're not doing the stuff that's creating a flare up, and then you know that the Qenda is just detoxing you, and that's absolutely fine. Like I mentioned on the last question, when people are detoxing, it's never like a straight line, linear. Like you just get better, better, better. It is always better, worse, better, worse, better, worse, and then overall at the end you're feeling so much better. But it does go like that, and the skin is an elimination pathway. So for stuff to come out in the skin is absolutely fine. Another example of that is obviously I had Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, and when I did my first cleanse with Qenda, and one a few years ago actually, I actually saw some little pimples on my skin and little pimples on my arm, and that just shows that your skin is an elimination pathway. And as long as you're taking the Qenda correctly and following the protocol that's on the top of this Ultimate Fibre Forum group, obviously having the morning serving on the first week, and then having the 2 scoops in the morning and the 2 scoops in the evening, for that week 2 to 9 period. Make sure you're taking the Qenda properly. Obviously, if you're not having enough Qenda, that can actually sometimes increase symptoms in some people. A lot of people just stay on the 1 scoop, and that can actually make symptoms worse in certain people. Some people are quite happy with 1 scoop, but obviously you want to be having the 2 scoop serving every time, and then obviously going up to the twice a day from that week 2 to 9 as per the protocol. So make sure, 1, you're having enough Qenda, 2, you're adequately hydrated, and 3, not putting other inputs that's going to affect your skin, stuff like sugar, chlorine in the water, get a shower filter, all the rest of it. So continue with the Qenda. Like detox is great, but sometimes it's not very fun. So keep up the good work. And short answer to your question, yes, people with skin issues can see it flare up more, and that's just because it's coming out in the skin. So I want to make sure we get it out in the other areas as well, like I've mentioned. So hopefully you're happy with that answer, Grace. Keep going, keep up the good work.